HooHooHooRobin.
How's everybody doing?
No, I'm well.
You're well?
I'm healthy.
Ed's under the weather today.
He's sick.
Ed's sick.
I check email this. I never check email in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things where you just, I don't know why, I woke up and checked my email and I got Ant's email. That's like my big premonition story. It's a really uninteresting one. Like, you know, some people be like, I knew not to get on the plane that day, and then it crashed in the Indian Ocean. Yeah. Something told me to check email, and I found out something that I would have found out 2 minutes later when I texted Kenny anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So there really was no premonition.
It's all good. We got a busy show, actually. Bill Burr's coming in.
Bill Burr will be here.
One of the comedians doing the whole, what's the name of the show again?
Antisocial Network.
Antisocial Network. I just know it as 4 great comedians getting together for a night of laughs.
Yeah, I think most people just
That's what
kind
it should have been on the poster, by the way.
It was a little long for that.
Is it a little long?
Yeah.
But, yeah, the big shows go down in Atlantic City this weekend.
Tomorrow, and it's myself, Attell, Burr, and Brewer. And I think the late show might be sold out. I know the last time I checked, there were under 100 tickets, and that was like 4 days ago.
So what do we got? 2 shows tomorrow?
We have 8 o'clock and 11, I think, for tomorrow, and then one Sunday.
And then one Sunday.
The Martin Luther King holiday.
And then you hit the road with this thing. You should.
If everybody wants to do it, we have to get everybody together. If everybody wants to do it and do more, I would be very interested in doing more.
Yeah, I think you do a little short tour with this
Why
thing.
not?
Yeah, 5 or 6 dates maybe in some of those bigger cities that you guys all do well in.
Well, it's great because the pressure is not on any one guy. It's like everyone. Look, the reality. Any performer will tell you. When we do events, you're worried about tickets. You want tickets to sell.
Yeah.
So it's like I think people who kind of like all of us are like, tickets are not that expensive. 65 was the highest one.
Right.
So people are like, all right, fuck it, let's just go see 4 people, whereas they might not have come out just to see any one of us.
Yeah, that's going to be a great weekend down there. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Brewer.
Brewer?
Yeah, Tell I see kind of often, and Bill I see often. Jim I just never see unless he comes in here.
Yeah, all you guys are. It's going to just be great.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Right on.
A lot.
All right. Is Oscar here already?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's ready.
All right, we're going to try something today because all week long everyone has been talking about guns, 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 guns,
Yes.
guns, 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 and guns. So today we're going to have our own debate on guns.
That's right.
But instead of doing it, Anthony versus somebody, it's going to be Stalker Patty and Oscar, Nervous Oscar.
What's the first ever Opie and Anthony idiot debate?
Idiot debate. I like the name.
That's right.
Production around it. It's going to be a whole big deal.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out the rules. If everybody needs to make a 1-minute statement, then a rebuttal.
The rules? Seriously?
It's a debate.
This whole thing's going to fall apart in 2 minutes.
I don't think so.
Stalker Patty's going to... They both have an opening statement, I guess, and then they just kind of argue it out.
What?
And then within 5 minutes, we're bored and we'll move on to something else.
I don't think so. I spoke to Oscar, and I've been helping him with his viewpoint. He's pro-gun control.
Okay.
And he's really been getting his information together. And
Is he really pro?
Yeah, I mean, he said his basis for his theory is that he's scared of guns.
He's scared of himself.
Correct.
He's scared of his own shadow.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you imagine Nervous Oscar with a gun there, Jimmy?
No, I cannot. I cannot imagine Patty with one either, unless it was...
She couldn't even lift it up to fire it properly.
Her being pro-gun is going to be great. Just to hear this blithering idiot trying to describe why she should be able to carry a gun.
Right. Wait.
Patty is anti-gun control.
So it's pro-gun.
So it's pro-gun.
Oh, and Nervous Oscar is
pro-gun control.
Oh,
so
okay, all right. I totally got that wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So Stalker Patty wants a nice piece in her hands.
Right, and Oscar doesn't think anybody should have guns.
What's wrong?
Who chews fucking pens in this day and age?
It's so
Who chews? There you go.
It's so disgusting.
There you go, marker chewer. There you go.
Oh, it's in Jimmy's ass.
There you go. Enjoy that.
Keep it over there. Don't forget that.
Disgusting.
Don't forget that you put it in your ass. But you got the bidet, so is it really that bad?
Oh, it's immaculate. It's more principle than anything.
All right, and Oscar pretty much wants to get some guns off the streets.
Yeah, Oscar doesn't like it. He's very eager, though. He's here. He was here at 5:45, ready to do this thing. And he's amped up. He doesn't come in like all of us just kind of drag in here. And Oscar is just like, you could see him at 5 in the morning, at noon, at 10 o'clock at night.
I like to call it mosey. We like to just mosey in.
Not Oscar. He come in. Hey, what's up, Seth? Hey, how's everybody doing?
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Should be good. So they'll both do a opening statement and then go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
The first idiots debate.
Yeah, they want to convince you guys and the listeners of their side.
Okay.
And I think we're going to make a difference.
There's an art to debating. You ever see a show on debate? Like,
Well, we're not going to see that today.
but I mean, there really is. Like, a lot of times you have to take a stance you don't believe because you have to just win the point. Like,
Yeah.
it's all about the debating and the arguing. There's never usually about sincerity. It's about how you can make your point. So hopefully they will both be skilled in that art.
Well, I talked to Oscar, and he does have an analogy that I don't want to spoil. I'm not going to give it away. But it won me over.
Oh, he had a practice in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, I asked him what he was thinking, and he said, well, I came up with this analogy while I was drunk.
Oh, that's good. So it should be terrific.
And it was good.
And what about Stalker Patty? Is she getting prepared?
His analogy is probably it's all pink on the inside. When he fucked his friend.
Travis has been working with Stalker Patty. I refuse to work with Stalker Patty because I'm coaching Oscar, and we're going to win this thing.
Okay, you're coaching the Oscar. And Travis, you got an update on Stalker Patty and how she's preparing for the gun debate?
Yeah, Patty says that she has done a lot of work, and she really did her homework on this. And then she said she's just a little scared of Anthony, and I reminded her that Anthony is on her side. I said, don't worry about Anthony, you just have to worry about Oscar.
Yeah.
But I think she's very prepared, and she's going to be very ready to beat Oscar.
Yeah, Travis has been championing Stalker Patty all week, and I don't like it.
I've really just been getting in touch with
So
her.
why don't you guys have a little side bet to see which one does better?
Because
which guy does better in the gun debate?
I've been trying to stir up some competition the whole week, and Travis has been informing me, I don't care. I'm not on Stalker Patty's side. I'm just calling her, leave me alone. Whereas I'm saying, my guy's going to beat your guy.
Oh, Travis, come on.
Come on, Travis. You got to get behind the side on this one.
You got to get behind your guy.
Well, I don't have...
Or your virgin.
Yeah. No, Travis, you've been coaching Stalker Patty, you know.
I will back her. I do think she will do better than Oscar.
No, hell no. No way.
Okay, maybe you're right.
See? I won that debate.
What side bet should they have? I say, how about the...
It's got to be a good side
The
bet.
loser-
Jimmy's really good at side bets.
The loser eats the winner's ass.
You know what? That's not really a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, Jimmy.
I'm all right with that.
You can both be declared winners. Yes, that way.
Nothing but winners here today.
Everybody wins.
All right, so that's a little later on. Bill Burr's coming in. Well, he's coming in because he's in New York, obviously.
Yes, and he's
the
going...
show doesn't need to be pumped at all.
No, the tickets are done.
Yeah, and then we got Chris Russo talking about the big games this weekend. I got to find a place to watch the Jets down in AC.
Oh, on Sunday. I'm sure it'll be...
Yeah, I might just stay in my room and watch the game because I like to hear the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of fans down there, a lot of Jets fans, a lot of Pats fans. It could be a good
That might be
atmosphere.
a cool place to watch.
Oh, there's plenty of cool places to watch down there. So
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sunday,
4:30.
4:30, right? And then Stacy Keach is coming in at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Is he still alive?
He is.
I guess
I hope
he is
so.
if he's
He's
coming
booked.
in.
As of yesterday, he was.
The show is called Lights Out.
Right.
And it's really good, man. I saw the first three. We get like these advanced DVDs. And I really liked it. Like I did those a half-hour sitcom. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch 4 or 5. And I sat down. I'm like, oh fuck, it's a drama. And it's an hour, but it was great.
You had to sit through.
I watched 3 of them.
3 hours.
Well, I'm a little loopy. I haven't slept because I laid in bed and couldn't sleep. So it was like fucking 2:50. And I woke up at 3:50. I laid in bed for an hour and I just went and watched another episode. And went back to bed at 4:50 and didn't sleep again.
And you like it?
I do, yeah.
Oh, good.
Guy from The Wire's in it. He was in season 2. The smart white guy from season 2.
The season a lot of people didn't like from The Wire.
Because it was the first season where they saw a switch.
Well, because it felt like a different show.
Yeah.
And then they went back to, the projects and all that hardcore for 3, 4, and 5.
I loved season 2.
Yeah, season 2 was all right.
Yeah.
Definitely all right.
Showed you the docs.
I was sitting here getting ready for the show, and I guess there's a movie reviewer. Her name's Pat Collins. She's been in New York forever, and she's giving a preview for The Green Hornet. And I'm sitting here thinking, why would I want like a 70-year-old woman to tell me if I should see the Green Hornet or not?
She said it's dumb but fun.
That was her tagline,
Yep.
Dumb but fun.
3 out of 5 stars, dumb but fun.
But I'm looking at her. I remember seeing her as a kid doing movie reviews.
What does she know about what's fun for anybody under 70?
Yeah, I mean, she's into like comic book / action / funny movies.
Maybe she's kept her inner child alive throughout.
You think?
I think so.
I think that's almost impossible at 70.
Maybe it is.
And then I just turned off I didn't want to hear what she had to say. Maybe I should have listened. I don't know.
Did you see Wall Street, the new one?
No.
I liked it.
Oh, you saw it too?
I watched it on the. I got it on my Netflix, on my whatever, so I could watch it on the. Make myself stay on the elliptical longer.
Right.
And I watched it yesterday. I was surprised how much I didn't love it, but
Right.
it was better than I thought it would be.
You liked Shia
LaBeouf was good.
He was good.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't. Charlie Sheen was better in the first, and there was a little hokey some of the storyline in this one.
Do you think the original movie was hokey and we just didn't know?
No,
for the time.
Nah, because he won the Oscar for that, and
the cell phone wasn't a little hokey on the beach.
Not for then. I know. I mean, now it's like, what's he fucking holding a Toyota against his face?
I heard they had a scene where they kind of made fun of the big cell phone.
When he's getting out of jail.
Oh, getting out of jail, they gave the big cell phone back. Right, I heard about that.
But Martin Sheen was in the first one. Like, there was some...
They didn't have Martin Sheen in the second?
No, I mean...
What the fuck is he doing that he couldn't do a day or two of shooting?
I'm sure they would have, but he probably didn't want to do it. He's Martin Sheen.
I know, but, Wall Street, he had a big part in the original.
Yeah, Charlie had a cameo.
Charlie might be going back to rehab.
I know. How do you not love Charlie Sheen?
Charlie, they're saying, is looking a little too thin, and they might have to take him to rehab.
Someone said he was in Vegas with Bree Olsen and Michelle McGee.
Michelle Bombshell.
And Bree?
Yeah.
And Bree and one other girl.
That's great.
We know the Bree.
Yeah.
Did you call Bree and ask her about it?
I haven't talked to her in a while, no. Because my girlfriend wouldn't be happy if I was calling a fucking hot porn star.
Extremely hot porn star that just wants to have sex with you.
I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for the relationship.
She did that one time. I don't know if if she would again. I wouldn't now anyway.
Wait, what do you mean? Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you officially admitted that on the show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think you officially admitted that until
we had
just
sex.
now.
I don't think she would care. Unless she's embarrassed by it, as she should be.
Yeah, I don't think you... I think we kind of, talked around it.
It was hot. It was, towards...
Was it because they talk about everyday sex or regular sex and then porn star sex. What was it?
It was nice. It was weird. I went to her hotel. She was staying in Jersey in a hotel. And I went. We had been talking a lot.
Did you make you out?
We did, man. Yeah, she's a great kisser.
Like she was your girlfriend?
Yeah, I was totally single at the time, so I would have knocked her up if she wanted. She was so hot.
Are you making a joke, or is that something that happened?
In that moment,
inside?
I would have. No, we had sex.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I was obviously going to come quickly,
right.
So I had to keep stopping.
Yeah.
Because there was no bag involved. She was great. And we hung out for a while. We hung out for a few hours, just laid around, made out. It was very sexy, and it was fun. We talked for a while, and she
that
was really
it?
cool. Yeah, I mean, then she left. She was leaving town, and
wasn't that intimidating to have sex with a porn star?
Yes and no. I mean, it really wasn't, and I would have, because I have before, but with her, she was like a bigger name than the one I had before. But it wasn't because I had been talking to her a lot, and she was really cool, and we knew her from the show, and I didn't really think it was going to happen anyway until I got there. I figured we would just hang out. I'm so used to those girls being just kind of cock teases. I'm never thinking we're going to fuck.
Sure.
And then we got there, and it actually happened.
Very easily, too, right?
Yeah, we had a nice chemistry.
Back then, I remember that goes back a few years now.
Yeah, it's about 3 years ago.
3 years ago, she had a big time crush on you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she realized what she was in for. Then she saw me without clothes. I'm sure that wiped it away. That's why I had to act immediately. Once the clothes were off, while she was still stunned, she still had the fucking deer in headlights look.
You had to get right in there.
Yeah, I had to before she realized what was happening.
How bad did you want to have sex with her with your shirt on?
At that moment, I didn't care because I know I'm going to ruin this somehow. But I think I lost my rod a couple times.
And I say shirt because we all know you have fine legs with really nice calf muscles.
I'll show them off to anybody. If Lance Armstrong was, or Lance, what's his name? Not Lance Bass. I'm too tired. Who's the one bald biker? Oh, is it Armstrong? Okay,
you were right the first time.
I was thinking Neil Armstrong. I wanted to come at her, and she told me I could, but I don't know if she meant it. I didn't, but I would have back then.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I liked her.
We never talked about this on the air.
Yeah, I really liked her.
You were downplaying it, so.
It was like she doesn't care now. I mean, it's like, it's a couple years ago and whatever.
Right.
She's somebody I still like. I mean, as a person, like if I saw her, I'd still love to talk to her and be friends with her. She's a very cool person.
What is she on the Twitter? Bree Olsen, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Give her a little plug. Bree Olsen on Twitter. She actually tweets some fine pictures of herself.
Yeah, I got a tweet. From some transsexual is very funny in Vegas tweeted me a business proposition
really
to come fuck her in the butt. It was very funny.
That's a hell of a business.
Yeah, it was so funny. I wish I would have responded. It was like 2 days ago. I should have responded. It's
No,
funny.
if you were single, where you at with that?
No, I wouldn't do that. No, but I'm still gonna respond something. I should respond like
You got to retweet that with a little response somehow.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's
all
great.
right,
I just told my girlfriend getting mad at me. I'm going to Vegas. That's the disadvantage to telling a girl what a pig you are. It's like you always have to like. No, I'm not. There's always that.
So there's no good coming out of being honest.
Well, there is. I mean. Because it's not like she judges me or thinks, she doesn't care. Mm-hmm. But any chick is naturally going to, be suspicious if they know you're garbage.
Right. All right. Dr. Phil is talking to our pal Ted Williams there.
He had him on all week.
Yeah, I know. He did 3 days with him. And, man, it sounds like I was watching here and there that Dr. Phil set up a nice party for Ted Williams and his family. Of course the guy's going to drink. He's in a really nice hotel. It seems like he got rooms for other family members because they don't live in L.A. And those family members, they don't think they have a drug or alcohol problem. So they're partying and they're bringing bottles of booze down to Ted Williams' room because they want to see their father.
So Dr. Phil was just giving him all the temptations to make sure he got a Friday show?
Absolutely. And you know what? Because in the end, it is entertainment, and Dr. Phil wants big ratings. It's kind of like some of the shit we do. Yeah, you got to think that Dr. Phil kind of set up some opportunities for Mr. Williams to fail at.
Filling up the minibar.
Yeah, something. I think it works out much better for Dr. Phil and his ratings and his show if Ted Williams is drinking.
No, he had it locked, didn't he? The minibar was locked or something.
I don't know.
It was locked, but I mean, L.A., really nice hotel. Rooms for your whole family. They haven't seen each other in a while, so you know what that's about.
Let's got money coming in for the first time in years.
He's got money, yeah. Let's go out and have a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Everyone else is drinking around you. The temptations were all over the place for this guy.
And that's the first thing he said when he was on that radio show the day after his YouTube thing came out. He said that he doesn't understand that he would like to, his first thought is to have a drink to celebrate.
Right.
And so obviously.
Right. Yeah. So yesterday's Dr. Phil show, I guess it came down to the rehab thing.
Yeah, Dr. Phil was talking to him and confronted him about the fact that
this guy, like I said yesterday, we all saw this coming. You all right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm just this fucking log on.
Oh, the good old log on.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I've been. You don't know how to log on?
I do, and I know I'm typing it in right.
I went through the same thing.
Yes.
They have the most complicated password here at SiriusXM for the Wi-Fi. Like, what are they worried about by having it that complicated?
Right, Danny?
I guess they don't want.
Yes. Yeah.
Jimmy, what are they worried about?
I don't know. That people are going to stand on 6th Avenue and steal their Wi-Fi just 38 floors down?
Just stand on the sidewalk with their iPhone or the iPad to get a little Wi-Fi?
It's fucking idiotic.
What do we got? Government secrets here?
They try not to even tell people around the building that it exists.
Yeah, it's a dopey radio show. The rest of the place is filled with dopey radio shows. Why the complicated password?
I don't know. There's no reason for it. The fucking lowercase that's case sensitive.
Lowercase and then a number that looks like a letter that spells a word that doesn't go with the other word they came up with.
It's not letting me. Danny just did it, so I'm not doing it wrong.
It's not letting him on?
No, on my computer.
What is that about?
I don't know.
All right, well.
Fucking piece of shit internet. Hate it.
Well,
the internet?
Yes.
You're just blaming the whole internet? So
Yes,
that means
I
you
am.
got to blame Al Gore.
Yes, I do.
Blame Al Gore for that. Dr. Phil offers Ted Williams rehab. Oh, yeah, what I was saying, this guy is not going to turn it around.
No.
He doesn't have the right people around him. His family wants him to turn it around. But they're also seeing dollar signs, so they don't want to do too much tough love because they're a little scared that Mr. Williams is going to cut him off. Because Mr. Williams has hinted at that. Do you got the clip where he's calling his own daughter a piece of shit and all that?
No.
I forgot the salty language he used, but he completely trashed her, calling her I think it was a welfare whore, and you'll be nothing. You'll never you've never been anything.
Where'd that come
and
from?
You'll never amount to anything in the future. It's because they're trying to take care of some family problems within 3 days with Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
The guy hasn't been around in over 20 years. He's been around here and there, but in 3 days, Dr. Phil's going to fix Ted Williams and his entire family.
Oh, that's Dr. Phil's
This whole
a
thing is a
miracle
complete
worker.
joke. And by next week, Dr. Phil will move on to somebody else and not care about Ted Williams. So, oh, you just got the rehab clips?
Yeah, just the.
I wish I had that other clip. I
Yeah,
should
me
have told
too.
you. All right. Maybe you could get it for later.
Yeah.
Here's Ted admits he was lying, and he has been drinking, something we and everyone else thought and said.
I have your best interest at heart. I don't want anything from you. If I run into you 5 years from now...
I'm going to stop that right there. He doesn't want anything from Ted Williams. He wants big-time ratings, which he's getting. Everyone's talking about Dr. Phil this week.
He's got Ted. That's why he's got to get rid of Ted this week, because by Monday or Tuesday, nobody's going to care anymore.
No. And all these clips are being played on all the entertainment shows. I don't want anything from you. Of course you want something from him.
I don't want anything from you. I already got it.
We want the same fucking thing that Dr. Phil wants. We want Ted Williams in studio.
Yeah.
Exploit him a little bit and get a little attention for the radio show. That's driving you nuts, huh?
Why would it work? Why would it? What's the fucking password?
They don't change the password, right?
No.
Yeah.
I know how to log. I'm hitting it right.
I think I'm on. Unless they knocked me off. It looks like I'm on. I don't know.
Ooh, does that annoy me?
All right. Here's Dr. Phil and Ted Williams.
Run into you 5 years from now in New York or Miami or L.A., and I see you across the street. I want you to go, hey, Dr. Phil, come on. Let me introduce you some guys that put me on the right track when I wasn't. Okay? Yes. That's what I want. That's all I want. That's all I want from you. But now to do that, you got to be honest with me.
Straight up.
And when we sat down before, were you 100% honest with me?
99%. And the only 1% that I was honest about was forgiving myself. But
how about drinking?
I've had a drink.
So that wasn't honest. Right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just, I respect you enough to be straight with you. I'm not going to play games with you. I'm going to be straight with you.
I hear you.
You've been drinking, and you haven't been honest about that. And I get that. I know that it's hard for you.
Can you
That's
pause this,
why
please?
you do need to go to rehab.
But this Dr. Phil really breaks ground. You
sure
mean
does.
the homeless guy that was urinating outdoors last week lied and is still drinking?
Yeah. No surprise.
Dr. Phil doesn't play games. He knows.
And I think Dr. Phil is not helping this guy. He's hurting his career because, people that want to hire Ted Williams is hearing these clips just like you are out there. And they're probably feeling a little uncomfortable, like, oh my God, are we really going to commit, $1 million or whatever the fuck it would be to this guy? He's going to fall apart in front of our eyes. This should all be done behind closed doors.
He's not quietly slipping into rehab and getting his life on track. He's doing it on television.
Yeah, of course. Like, we would have him on, and yes, of course we would exploit him. But Dr. Phil understands what this is doing in the end. This should be behind closed doors.
Yeah, we would exploit him, but then we wouldn't say, we have your best interest at heart. We would say, we are exploiting you.
I would love to know, there's probably a guy out there right now ready to sign that check for a Super Bowl commercial for Ted Williams, and now he's hearing the Dr. Phil clips thinking, the Ted Williams thing was fun, but we don't really need him. We don't need the baggage. Let's fucking move on immediately. Dr. Phil's a douche. I got another clip here.
You need to go from here, go straight to rehab. That's what I recommend. I'm not going to make you do it. And if you don't, I'm not going to worry about it, because I'm telling you the truth. I'm stepping up and telling you the truth.
I don't know what to say.
You can man up to it. I got faith in you. You can man up to this.
I hear you, doctor. I don't know.
Listen, you don't want to do it? Don't do it.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
You can say...
What is this, a reservation only? I got to get in at a certain time, or, if I don't go today, I can't go tomorrow. It's that kind of feeling I'm getting. It's like
Ted, the danger.
I feel pressured.
Jimmy, what are you hearing here? You've been through
Complete
this.
denial.
Right.
But again, it's hard to fault this guy, Ted Williams, because Ted Williams was snatched up out of obscurity. He's just a guy who's not ready.
Right.
And it wasn't like he approached fame. He was just talking, trying to get a couple bucks.
Right.
And the next thing you know, he's a household name. I mean...
Yeah, he just blew up within 6 days.
I'm sober 20-something years, and that would be hard to handle. Like all this,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Something like that would be possibly a trigger for you?
Dude,
Overnight?
Yeah, like that. I don't think I would drink, but again, it's like the sex would be worse. Like, I know that I would spiral somehow.
Right.
If all of a sudden I was everywhere mainstream.
Yeah.
Like that fast.
Yeah.
And So this guy's in denial. He doesn't want to go to rehab. He's not ready. And he's saying no.
The funny thing is, I have this visual that Dr. Phil's trying to get him into rehab, and Ted Williams is like, eh. And I have this visual that Dr. Drew is outside on the street just waiting for Ted Williams to leave, because he'll give it a shot, too. They all want him.
And I'll bet that
they all want him to look like an idiot on their TV shows.
Dr. Drew will get him because Ted Williams will stop being popular within a couple weeks.
Right.
So 6 months from now, he'll be on Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah, let me say hi to Shane in Westchester. Shane.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing today?
Hi.
Doing well, brother.
Hey, listen, I just want to say I listened to the other guy in the other channel that just re-upped his contract for
You can say Howard Stern, sir. It's fine. We're not offended by this.
The reason why is I didn't have you guys, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I had my head up my ass. I finally signed on last November, and I'm loving it. But what I'm noticing, and by the way, you guys are all geniuses. Sam, E-Rock, Jimmy, Anthony, I love you guys. But lately,
you left one fucking name out of it. Thank you, sir. You piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. What do you got?
I apologize.
No, that was calculated. That's fine. What do you got?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
You named everyone except me, asshole.
No, you're a good guy.
And E-Rock. You put me in a category with E-Rock.
I apologize. I love you. I'll do anything.
Make your fucking point, Shane.
My point is this. I noticed a little rut before vacation when you came back. You know, it's one thing, this Ted Williams situation. One thing I signed on you guys are creative in what you approach your daily
Make your point, Shane.
Move on. Get rid of Ted Williams' story. Get rid of the taxes. Get some other creative material on the show. Jimmy, I love you. But I just want to say that. You sound
Shane.
Shane, it is still in the news, Shane.
Shane, people. All right, if you're going to be like that. All right, thanks, Shane. Thanks,
Shane. It is still very topical, and we talked a lot about Jared Loeffner and that because these are things that are still in the paper. It's not like it's gone.
I mean, if you want to talk about stuff, we used to beat shit in the ground years ago. But I mean, Ted Williams, this thing is still fucking red hot. The guy was on Dr. Phil yesterday admitting he is drinking. That's something everyone was wondering about. And Dr. Phil's trying to get him into rehab. It's still a big fucking story.
Yes.
That's why SiriusXM has all these channels. Go somewhere else for a while.
No.
It doesn't matter. They don't have ratings. We don't even know how many people listen to our show. It don't matter. The old days, it mattered. We would beg you to stay, but I don't even know how many people listen to the show. No one will tell me. So go to the Blues channel or something for a while and come back. It's not going to hurt us. Here's the final clip from Dr. Phil yesterday.
Tell you what, let's do.
Please.
I've got Rich Whitman here, who's the director that was going to offer to escort you there. If you want to go to Columbus, we'll just have him make a detour with you to Columbus. You can tell him where to stay there. And instead of going straight back there, he'll go there, and then he'll just go with you from Columbus to there. Then
now, that'd be fine. Then I'll get up and hug you for that.
You like that idea?
Yes, sir.
How flexible am I?
You're a beast. You're a beast.
You want to go to Columbus? We'll go to Columbus.
Thank you.
Are you happy now?
Yes, sir.
How long you want to stay in Columbus?
Just a couple days.
Now, you're not going to get there and change your mind?
No, I promise you that. I promise you that.
All right, so he gets yanked out of Columbus. He comes down to New York and meets pretty much everybody in entertainment.
Is he in New York or L.A. right now?
Well, I think this is all in L.A. So then Dr. Phil flies him out to L.A. for his big party with his family in the nice hotel. And now he wants to go back to Columbus for a few days before rehab. What's that about?
I wonder if there's a girl he wants to see or something. I wonder if
he obviously didn't bring his girl with him.
Right. I wonder if he's afraid that it's all going to go away if he goes to rehab. Like, even though he is drinking, but I wonder if he's afraid, like, I get paranoid that stuff's going to go away. This guy is all of a sudden famous, and maybe he's afraid that he's going to go to rehab and no one's going to care about him in a month.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what to do.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, because he'd be out of the spotlight if he's in rehab.
He's in a tough spot. And honestly, in the end, the golden voice thing can only get you so far. The story itself is amazing. That's a homeless guy with this great radio voice. But then when that part of it settles down, Jimmy, there's a million guys with great voices in the business.
If he goes away right now, which he should, Dr. Phil is actually giving him the right advice. Go away now before he fucks up. All he did was have a family argument. Everybody knows this guy was homeless last week. Like, everybody's going to give this guy a little bit of leeway. He didn't fucking hit anybody.
Yeah.
If he goes to rehab right now, he's still a story when he comes out. Because it's like, wow, people will still feel like, look, we, the collective, helped him. Look, YouTube did something good. We helped this guy. He's okay now. People will still love the story if he goes now.
Yeah.
But if he does something stupid, like assaults somebody or has a violent confrontation with his daughter, then he's got a problem. But an argument, everybody has that. And everybody, look at Charlie Sheen, the way this guy's constantly forgiven. You know, I mean, it's like Ted Williams is fine if he just goes now.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot, though, man. He's in trouble. And this Dr. Phil, not a fan.
No, but he has given him the right advice about just go away right now.
Right.
Just go. Like, you're drinking, you're lying about it, go.
Is there another Dr. Phil show with Ted Williams today? Or is this it? Dr. Phil has to move on to another storyline, right?
It's Friday, though, so...
Oh, you see the Subway fucking rat video? That thing is everywhere today.
I didn't see it.
Some guy... I can't believe I tweeted it. Well, it doesn't matter. Just turn on your TV. It's everywhere today. But a guy on a subway train, there's maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 people on the train. Homeless guy sleeping in the corner. All of a sudden, there's a rat on the actual fucking train inside, running up and down. And then this guy's just filming it running up and down. And then all of a sudden, it jumps on the homeless guy that's sleeping and wakes him up.
It's funny how, like, one rat, like Voss would be horrified of that.
Right.
I would be a little weirded out too. It jumped on him because it was
here it is, yeah.
scared. Oh, wow.
Well, because it's trying to figure out how to get the
out
fuck
of there.
off the subway. And then it's jumping up on the chairs. Look at the people.
They're all just looking at it.
They're not even moving.
It's right. Look, they're just lifting their feet.
They're just lifting their feet like it's no big deal. And then it gets this homeless guy that's asleep.
Oh, wow. That's kind
Right
of...
in his face.
That Voss would have a stroke with that. It ran up his leg.
Yep.
Right by his face.
Yeah.
And then he just brushed it off and it jumped off.
You saw it too. The best part of the video is the fact that no one else was affected by the rat being on the train. I would be out of my mind. I swear to you, I would be standing on one of those seats.
I wouldn't be, but I wouldn't expect it to run up the leg either. That would give me a stroke. Like, that would be like a violation. Like, I thought you weren't going to do this. Here's the understanding. I don't kick at you, and you don't run up my leg, asshole. Big mouse.
Why are we so completely freaked out by rats?
Because I think they've always represented disease and bad situations and grime and dirt and poverty. Like, you never see rats. That's why we're not affected by poodles. And rats eat what we throw out. That's why we hate flies. They eat garbage. Roaches eat garbage.
I don't do the subway as much as I used to, but... It's almost a guarantee while you're waiting for your train here in New York City. If trains haven't gone by in a while, especially, it's almost a guarantee you walk to the edge, you'll see a rat almost every time.
Plus, in New York, like, anything that is theoretically everywhere that you can't see, like, just the idea that rats are everywhere and you can't see them is horrifying.
And they do bite babies. They are creepy. They can crawl on you. They really are
Damn
horrifying.
it, we got to be the show that says this. Thank you, JD, in New York City. He writes, the rat video is a setup. And I was just looking at it, I swear to you, and I'm going, wait, well, something's not right about this. Because why is no one else on the train freaking out? And JD writes, if you're going to see the video again at home, check it out for yourself. The rat video is a setup. The rat is too well groomed. It has a better haircut than I do. Yeah, Subway... New York City rats look much more ragged than that. I wonder if someone released that just to fucking try to get a video going.
Maybe, but...
What do you think?
That seems like...
It almost looks like one of those rats from the season finale of Hoarders. You know, one of those pet shop rats.
It maybe is, but it's hard to tell from a video. That rat could just be an indoor rat. It could just live in the subway.
JD's pretty good, though, man. I'm now officially suspicious of the rat video. I want to go on record just in case the guy comes out and says, yeah, we fucking set that up.
Maybe.
But how the fuck did the rat get on the train?
I think it happened. I think, sure.
All the doors are closed and all of a sudden the rat appears?
Just runs on, yeah. It could have been on at 2 in the morning. It could have just ran on. It could have been in someone's bag.
Guy could have it in his bag already or in his coat and says,
true.
I'm going to release this thing. You got your camera rolling? Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's have
true.
some fun. So
I think it's a real rat. I mean, a real, you know...
Well, it's a rat.
I mean, I think that's a real, just outdoor rat.
It's pretty big. It looks like the size of rats that are on the street.
I've held rats. A friend of mine in L.A. had them. She had 2. They were big fucking rats like that.
Yeah.
And I let them both crawl up my leg, and I actually filmed it just so I knew Foss would have a stroke. But they were domesticated, but they're still their claws are very sharp.
They still creep you out, and they make that.
Yeah, but they were fine.
You ever hear a New York City rat scream?
No.
I call it a scream. We got too close to one night, you know, a night of partying, walking home, going through the brownstones in our neighborhood, and we see one, dark street. I've told the story a couple times, but it was on a garbage pail, I guess, and we tried to get close. It was kind of in the dark at this point, and it must have had babies there or something. The sound this fucking thing made to basically say, get the fuck away from me, was horrifying.
Yeah, maybe it did have...
horrifying.
Maybe there's a nest.
Yeah.
Anything that lives in a nest that isn't a bird gives you the creeps.
Oh, absolutely.
Bees, roaches,
snakes,
spiders. They have webs, in nests.
Oh no, they nest
when they're making their when they're reproducing and they have like this egg sac, but it's kind of like a nest, and it's really disgusting.
The word nest is
especially
creepy.
if you've ever seen one burst right before your eyes. It's fucking atrocious. Hundreds and hundreds of little tiny spiders just in every direction. Unbelievable.
I'm officially going on record. That's fake.
Why?
It's some. Now that I'm seeing it a couple times, we're playing it in the background. It's fake. It's a real rat, but it's like a pet store rat.
Anything with like a vertebrae that's that flexible that they can squeeze into cracks that are too small for them is creepy.
Rats supposedly their bone structure is set up in such a way it just all collapses, so they can get inside space that's like I hear up to a dime.
Well, they're made of
a hole that's like as wide as a dime.
Cartilage they're all made of, right?
Yeah, and they are able to somehow just kind of sort of collapse all that shit when they would have to get squeezed through, tight spots.
Them and roaches, they'll survive anything.
Yeah,
anything. They're gonna fucking survive nuclear war. They're gonna be here.
Oh yeah, they adjust. They adjust to what we're trying to do.
Why do we get so I don't know what it is about anything that lives in nooks and crannies in the city. Gross. Like, I'm not as grossed out by a roach like in the South because there are a lot of times it's hot and it's outdoors. Like, you'll see one in a clean place.
Yeah, they
don't freak me out as much as they do here.
Roaches might even freak me out more than rats. There's just something about seeing a fucking roach.
It's also like
because you've been told you see one roach, you're infested. They're somewhere else in your apartment or wherever the fuck you saw them.
Because you feel out of control. Like with an animal, if there's a big animal and you kill it, it's gone. Like even when the exterminator comes and gets rid of roaches, you assume that they're everywhere because you can't see them, and everybody tells you they're everywhere.
What is that, Danny?
That's a nest.
That was a big, gigantic spider nest. The description says he pokes it, and all of them come out. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Oh, he's gonna poke. I thought it was a spider.
Yeah,
I mean a roach nest.
Yeah, they absolutely.
God,
build some nests.
Yeah, they're a little creepy.
What
but
about a good old hornet's nest there, Jimmy?
Oh, those videos I saw of the guy who actually had one in his apartment. Remember I was showing you those?
Oh yeah.
And the guy would brush his hand on the back of the hornet's nest.
Oh, yeah.
They are creepy, but I'm a little less afraid of them now that I've watched that guy's fucking movies. Like, hornets really probably won't bother you unless they really feel threatened. Like, they just kind of circle the nest and cause a ruckus. Well, my friend Jimmy Biondo punched one down when we were in high school. He was crazy, and he was like one of those guys that would just drink way too much, and he was in the woods. And he just fucking punched a low-hanging one down.
Did you guys get stung?
He did. I wasn't there, but I heard about it. Did he get stung? Yeah.
Wow.
They weren't happy.
Well, Charlie from Staten Island, he's a little braver than us. Charlie, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Opie. Good morning, Jimmy.
Welcome aboard, Charlie.
17, we used to go out and get drunk, and then we go over to a store on Forest Avenue, and there was a patch of woods between the dumpster. So we get ready with the car. One guy would go over, shake the dumpster, and they'd run back to the woods, and we'd hit them with 2x4s.
Jeez.
The rats?
Yeah, the rats. And one night I was the guy shaking the dumpster. I had one run out my leg. That was the last time we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a deterrent.
I think so.
Mars said he once told me that when we were at the other building, I might have told you guys this before, that the rats, they come under the garbage. So, like, the garbage men had a game where one stood with a stick, and they tried to remove the garbage bag as quickly as possible before the rats scurried away.
I don't even know
and hit him.
I don't even know how you could be a garbage man in New York City or any big city. That's got to just be fucking horrifying.
Yeah, I'm sure they see them.
Get the fuck out of here. What the hell do they? You think they're immune to it at this point?
Well, not on them, no. But I'm sure just seeing them, you get used to it. Because they're going to projects where they're all over.
They probably understand, their patterns and stuff, and understand,
There's a supermarket that's like from my parking lot. I pass it every day. And unless it's like cold, like really cold, like this morning, when the garbage is out every morning, you see I've seen 9, 10 rats just all packing
right outside
around
the supermarket.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That means they're in the supermarket.
Yeah.
The owner of this supermarket doesn't care.
I haven't talked to the owner. I don't know.
And if
That's
you-
why I'm not mentioning the name of it. Because
And if you've noticed, the whole community has noticed.
yeah, oh yeah, they're all over.
Ugh.
I mentioned it before. I used to throw trash in like Eastern Queens, like Main Street Flushing area.
Yeah.
And you know, if anyone local knows the area, it's not exactly the cleanest place in the world, but it's not as bad as you'd think. Sure, there are rats, there's bugs and all that stuff, but like when you come to a huge pile where you just know that some shit is in there eating stuff,
Right.
you just take a stick and you just beat all the bags for a few minutes. You know, not minutes, but you take a once over to the bags, and by that time everything runs out, and then you could just sit there and work.
Jesus. No.
It's not as bad.
No.
The worst part for me though is when I walk by a garbage can and they're hanging on a metal garbage can. They have a weird. They almost jump off like a person would. Like they hang with their claws. You can almost tell them trying to balance their back claws, and it looks like a little person rat. And it's the creepiest thing is when they're doing something like hanging off a garbage can.
Yeah, this is just part of living in New York. I wonder if the rat problem is as bad in the other cities. I'm sure Boston has a bad rat problem. I would assume Philly.
Boston's old. Any old city.
Any old city along the water, especially.
Yeah.
The worst place.
Because the fact is, the rats aren't from here. They came over here from ships. We weren't even supposed to have rats.
I know.
The worst place for rats I saw was 57th Street when we were over there. Constantly on the outside the building.
I never saw rats outside there.
If you got to get there early, like 4:30.
Yeah.
All the time.
So Iraq never saw a rat?
No, he never. You wouldn't have seen one.
I'm only kidding, Iraq. Don't be so sad.
I was walking from XM to CBS one time down 57th Street, and I thought that the wind was blowing a pile of leaves across the sidewalk. And I started looking closer, and it was like 30 rats that were running from under a car across the sidewalk into the vacant lot that was next door to us.
I wish that you had the urge just to jump in the leaves, and then you realized that you were jumping onto rats. And they bit you.
Just trying to roll around.
Yeah, and they fell in love with your hair.
Rats almost killed me a bunch of times. I used to ride my motorcycle into the city, and I would park all the way on, like, close to the west side, pretty much. But there was always garbage, whatever garbage day was, and there was always rats. Right when I pulled into the garage, they'd freak out and run out. So I would be at a very slow speed trying to dodge rats as I'm pulling into my garage in the city. It was pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah, they really frighten. They're frightening little beasts. And I don't know what it is, because mice, when I used to do this gig in Lancaster called the Villa East, the comedian stayed in the back. There was like, it was behind it was like a motor lodge.
Right.
Fun gig though. And fucking, there was two little awful rooms, like in an old shed, and that's where the comedian stayed.
Right.
The opening two comedians. The headliner got like a real motel room. But there was always field mice coming in the room. Always. You always had mice. Like literally every night you would just see the one running along the wall.
Yeah.
It wasn't as gross, though, because you knew it was from a field in Pennsylvania, so you knew it was like an outdoor field mouse. It wasn't like a rat.
Right.
And it was just much more tolerable.
But you didn't get freaked out, like going to sleep worrying that...
No, field mice ain't going to jump on you. Now I would never I mean, a man like myself would never... If there's not like cloths in the bathroom, I don't stay.
We rented a really nice house in... did I tell the mice story from the Outer Banks?
Oh, I don't...
I rent a house... Not every year, but here and there, in the Outer Banks, on the ocean there. And the house we had this past summer was infested with mice.
This one you just went to?
Yep. Got some money back for it, but still. Yeah, actually, Sam came down for a couple days, and he found a fucking mouse in his room, right?
Yeah, it was the first night that we were there. Jess and me, she had food in the room. It was just like a bag of, like, Hershey chocolate or something.
Aww.
I know, it was just a little sweet. And, all of a sudden, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we just kind of heard some rustling. And we were like, what? I wish. So
rustling.
We turned the lights on.
Very good.
We turned the lights on, and Jess was like, I think there's something in my bag. And I was like, oh, what is it? And she was like, oh, it must be a frog. And Jess used to catch frogs when she was a little...
Must be a frog.
She thought it was a frog.
What wishful thinking.
It was a little...
Just because she likes frogs? Oh, it's a unicorn.
Oh, it must be a panda bear.
Maybe it's gold.
Right. And the gold is so excited in my purse, it's jumping up and down.
She saw
my purse meaning Jess, because I was acting like Jess. Thank you.
Sure. She saw this little dark thing, and so she thought it was like a little frog, and it jumped out of the bag.
Oh, no.
And so she was like, oh, it must be a frog. And I was like, oh, well, you should catch it, because she catches frogs, like, from when she was a kid.
Aww.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is no big deal. I could just go back to sleep. And then she was like, oh, it ran to your side of the room. And so I was looking around, and then I saw it scurry across the floor, and I was like, Just frogs don't have tails.
They don't run either.
Yeah,
they hop.
They don't run.
And they ribbit a lot.
I just love that you found a girl that you're gonna marry.
Yeah.
That she goes to the nicest thing it could possibly be.
Frog.
When everyone else listening would think the most horrific thing when they hear
Yeah.
something rustling in their bags. I'm not thinking like a nice frog or a
positive
tiny
person.
little kitty. I'm thinking rat,
She was happy to greet it.
rattlesnake. Yeah, exactly.
She wanted to welcome it to the room. What a goody two-shoes she is.
Did she want to just sprinkle pixie dust in the room as she tried to catch her frog?
But it was a field mouse. We couldn't catch it, so we ended up just chasing it out of the room.
Hitting it with a hammer.
And then we shut the door, and we put like towels under the door so there was no crack in the door, nothing. And we turned the lights off and we went back to sleep. And like 20 minutes later, even though the whole door was blocked off and everything,
Right.
that mouse was back rustling in the exact same bag.
Wow.
Well,
What?
they won't let me on.
No, you're still not on.
Nah,
So-
why would I be?
So to ramp up the story, so then we're aware that the house, my family's there.
Yeah, everybody was
My
surprised.
wife's
Like, nobody
family
had-
from Philly's there. So now we're suspicious, and now we're in the upstairs living room / kitchen area. It's one big room.
It was like a few days later because we'd seen the one mouse, and everybody was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we haven't seen anything."
And I'm sitting on the counter, Jimmy, and all of a sudden I hear like rustling coming from underneath the stove. So we all just the women went to bed. I'll be honest with you. And me and the hardcore Philly guys,
Yeah.
I could barely compete with them. Trust me. We're just hanging out on the counter, hearing the rustling. We decided to be really quiet, and here they come, one after another, baby, from underneath the stove.
You watched them?
Watched them. Oh yeah.
How many?
Thank God that there were stool seats. A lot. We counted at least 10.
Oh,
wasn't
no,
like-
that's infested.
Oh yeah, and they knew where to run in the room when we tried to chase them, and they had other places to go, and then they disappeared, and then they're popping out another hole over here. And my brother-in-law picked up a fucking broom, and the Philly came out of him. He knocked one of them right the fuck out.
Because wasn't that?
And now we were playing a game. Now we're like idiots, like having Coronas and getting tools of destruction to try to kill these fucking things.
Because the house across the way had just been exterminated before you
Yeah,
got there.
yeah.
Which means that all the mice
Yeah.
that were exterminated ran out of that
course.
house into yours.
When you exterminate your house, you're just fucking your neighbors.
Yeah.
is what it is. So then it creeped us out for the last 2 days of our vacation.
Yeah.
We didn't even know they were there I was down there for 2 weeks. Had no idea until late first week, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, that was free.
Well, no, early second week.
I would have went right to a hotel.
There's no-
to a hotel.
Really? There's no hotel.
There's not even any roads.
Oh,
you drive right on the
right.
beach.
I don't even know how the mice got there. I didn't know mice like the beach.
They don't. They like the house.
How'd they get to the house?
But they were field mice. That's why I was reminded of this story. Field mice, they scurry and move a lot fucking faster than the mice that infested my brownstone before I moved. Those mice were slow and easy to catch.
You could grab those.
Oh yeah, you could. These field mice though, they know how to fucking move quick.
And they just
You
came
almost,
to these.
you almost think you're not sure if you saw them. They're that fast sometimes.
And they
those
run
are-
along the wall. They're smart.
Oh yeah, they do.
And it drives you crazy because you think you've gotten rid of them, and they fit into anything. So they're back. They always come back.
You know how mad a mouse must be when it steps on a glue trap? Like, what the fuck is this? I heard about these. Oh, no.
Look, man,
Sam just drooled.
Well,
so happy that happened.
That's emotional.
I hope that's a sign of really bad health coming.
Dude,
like your brain clot just overbled.
And I should have learned my lesson from years ago when I had all those mice and, like I said, the brownstone, because we used the glue traps. We ended up using glue traps down in the Outer Banks. Unless you don't have one emotional cell in your fucking body, don't use the glue traps.
They're still alive.
Even
and
if you
stuck.
fucking hate mice, it's so damn depressing.
Yeah.
And they make little noises, basically begging and pleading with you to fucking free them. And their fucking ear and their face is stuck to the fucking thing, and you see most of their hair is gone off their body because they've been struggling all night to free themselves. It's brutal.
Their little penises are stuck. That'd be the worst part.
Their
Your little
penises.
wiener head.
Right. So then you got to go barbaric, and you have to take it outside and then just crush them with the heaviest thing you can find.
Just to get rid of them.
Next thing you know, you feel like you're a fucking serial killer. It's like,
There's
what
no
the
way to
fuck?
get-
I just want to get some sun and relax down here.
There's no way to get the mouse off the thing without killing it, right?
No, it's
No, man. It is a brutal way to take them out. Fucking brutal. I'm sure the PETA people aren't happy about glue traps, I would imagine. But I guess you got to do what you got to do. But
yeah, there's got to be a better way.
Well, I learned those electric traps rule. One of the listeners gave me that black electric trap they go in, they have to turn right and then turn left, and then at the back wall is peanut butter, and those fuckers can't back up, and they take a little taste of the peanut butter and they fry instantly.
Why can't they back up?
That's because I don't know. Someone figured out. I guess they can't back up easily.
Because of the turns.
Yeah, there's a turn in these electric traps.
That would suck too. You walk into a hallway, you're like, it's pizza.
No,
next thing you know, you're stepping on a fucking circuit.
Nothing more creepy though. I'm with my girl. We're watching a movie. The lights are down, nice. You got your place set up for a nice movie, and you got one of those electric traps in the kitchen. And every once in a while during the movie, you hear. So they've been just kind of crawling around the kitchen and one guy in the trap.
Yeah,
and obviously is them being executed.
Death has just visited you.
Right. And then you walk into the kitchen, you turn the light on, you see the trap in the corner, and you see the light just blinking. That means you got one. Ugh, fucking creepy.
You throw the whole thing out?
Nah, then there's a lid on top. Even you open up the lid and turn it over. The fucking thing just drops into your garbage, and then you set it up for the next one.
Just put peanut butter over where the last mouse's brother died.
Oh yeah. It's just horrible.
Oh, fuck them.
Horrible.
Won't they live somewhere else?
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot a person for breaking into your house. You can kill an animal.
All right, we got a busy show. Chris Russo, I said that. Bill Burr's coming in. Stacy Keach is stopping by to say hi. And Nervous Oscar and Stalker Patty doing the Idiots Debate today.
Yeah.
A new bit we're trying today. And they're going to debate gun control. So.
And they're both here.
I wonder we probably should wait for Bill Burr for that one. Bill would have a lot of fun listening to those too.
Just tell Bill not to make fun though.
Yeah,
no making fun.
This is very serious. The whole nation's talking about it, including us.